blows like crazy up here every day. Like every day. Like you come up here and the wind's just blowing stupid. We're probably getting some 30 to 40 mile an hour gusts again today. You know, like I could leave home, like the wind's not doing anything, but you get up here, whole nother world of wind. Anyway, it's Sunday, first day on a new track of timber. Of course, I know we say that a lot because we go from job to job a lot. We start them, finish them, and go to the next. So I got some walnut and some pretty decent trees, really. I don't think there's going to be a bunch of trees on this job. I'd say if there's 30, that'd be pushing it, just a guess. So we should try to roll through it pretty quick. I wanted to come up here today and kind of get a start on it today since it is Sunday. I'm going to do some cutting, then I'm going to move the skidder over here. Just kind of get ready for the work week, because tomorrow I've got kind of I'm going to try to come up here tomorrow, but it's going to be a really short day, so that's why I can't decide if I really want to come up here and to not work very long. I've got some things. I've actually got a closing on a property tomorrow that I'm letting go of. Then moving a skidder, one of our 540Bs. We've sold it, so me and Brandon are actually hauling it. We're moving up to the northern. The gentleman that bought it, they're up in the very northern part of Missouri, northwestern part. So a full day tomorrow of that kind of stuff. Anyway, flip you around. Some of the trees here, like I said, pretty decent trees. Got some height to them. A little size, kind of down here. This is I think this is just a ditch right here. The creek's on over there. That's another ditch behind me. That's a pretty good size tree. There's a couple more good sized ones on the other side. So we'll go over here. So last week, the 661 that I've been using for the last year or so, I could tell the clutch was starting to go out of it. So at the end of the week, I'd planned on taking it in, getting, that's a common deal. These saws get some wear and tear on them. The clutches, they're just common parts that wear out. So, and actually I blew the nose out of the bar I was using. And so I actually went in to get a new nose put in the bar, roller nose, get a clutch put in the saw. So our saw shop had neither of those parts because things are crazy right now. But they did have this new 661 saw that Dad ordered 4 months ago. It finally came in. So I just went ahead and picked it up. Normally, I would just set this back in my little room in my garage and save it for when I need it. But I'm going to use this 661 today versus my 500i, because I'm not a fan of that 500i. I just don't like it. I know a lot of guys do, but I do not. They don't have the torque these 661s do. I just don't think they cut anything like them. So, new saw. That's what we're using today. Didn't have any light bars, which the light bar again, that's one of those things. I don't know if you're really getting much more than a more expensive bar. I know they're a little lighter, but I don't know if I can really tell that much difference in lugging the saw around with a light bar and a regular bar. That's just me, though. So we got that limb, keeping that one up there. We'll go ahead and pull him down. That way we don't run a risk of busting that, because it's a pretty good log in that limb. We definitely don't want to bust that main log. Now, some of these things are pretty tricky to cut, especially like here. The backside's kind of, I don't know, washed out, maybe you'd say. This ditch is pretty deep. Now look over here at this side. This is one of the bigger ones I cut earlier. It was kind of the same way. You can kind of see the stump over there. So basically I'm boring in low on the back side, and then zoom back out here. We got going on. I'm boring down real low on the back side, then of course up front we're just basically cutting straight down into the dirt in a lot of places, which this dirt up here, it's not so abrasive as what we got back home in southern Missouri. There's not as much sediment, sand, things like that in their dirt. So this RS36 chain handles that pretty good. So trying to get every inch we can out of these logs. Are pretty good logs. See them standing here on this one here. It's kicked out way back over here, and that's what makes it tricky, because there really isn't much of a place to go. You've got to pretty much be careful or take your chances jumping down in the ditch, which was kind of what we did over here with this one, because I thought it was going to kick back, so I kind of ran towards that sycamore tree, jumped down in that over in here, right there. Jump down kind of in that little log jam there. So they're fun trees to cut, but they're a little tricky. And of course, this awesome wind we have today is not helping anything. You can see there we've got one more humdinger right there in the middle. We're gonna see if we can bring it down, and I think we'll go with the skidder after that. We've got about 15 down right now. I think maybe there's 2 trees on the upper end, and we'll have about everything wrapped up over here on this part of the farm. I believe everything else is on over here in the bend of the creek. It's nice when everything's together. It kind of speeds things up for sure. Tall trees have some size to them, so these things are going to run up in the footage. This is a pretty good tree right here. It goes all the way to the top, as you can see. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to come in low here on the back side, cut that kind of low back there, then we'll cut straight down on our spurs up here. Probably go ahead and cut into this little elm. That way when the tree falls, it'll take it with it. The same with this little tree right here. We're going to try to put her just kind of straight out in front of this other top right here. Now that top, of course, as you can tell, I couldn't top that tree when I cut it because it come back in the ditch. So what we'll do is we'll just take the skidder and we'll grab the whole thing, pull it out there, the edge of the field, work it up, shove that top probably in that little offshoot drainage right there. Kind of helps slow some erosion down as well. We put it in there, good place for it. This top here, like all these tops on this side, we're just kind of shoving them. Like if we pull them out, like this is a good open area right here, we'll just work them up and shove them back in this open area out of the field. That way, keep things clean. Yeah, not fun. Not fun. Fun, but not fun. Fun because cutting big trees is always fun, but running for your life usually isn't fun. So you can kind of see there how I go about cutting these rascals. If we had the skid steer or something where we could dig down and make it a little easier, but even then, getting the skid steer in here to some of these places, you just have to bull your way through to get in here. We'll look at the stump here. Yeah, oh, sorry about that. Where are we at here, phone? What are you videoing? Yeah, there it is. So, tremendous piece of wood there. Tremendous piece of wood. You definitely like to see those cut good. We got another pretty good one up here ahead of us. These are good trees on this ditch for sure. Last little bit of the day here before I head out. I'm getting some of these logs out. See across the way there. Some of these things I'm leaving the tops on them. That way we can kind of pull them out. Then once we work them up, we'll put the tops where we want to put them. Just kind of makes cleanup a little easier sometimes around these crop fields, where we can, like I said, just drag all the tops to a central location. Let's see if I can grapple this here. It's a big tree right here. Yep, hung up. three. I don't know. I lose track. Lose count. I think there is three. We'll see if we can snake in there and grab another one real quick. Alright, coming into the landing here, or what's going to be the landing. Kind of up here out of the bottom on this higher ground. Go to access road, gates right up there. So that's a drag along. There's a lot of footage here. Two really big trees. Right there. I could have swore this little thing cut bad when I cut it this morning, but apparently it did not. Maybe I was confused with another tree I cut. Anyway, big trees, tall trees, a lot of footage in these trees, good trees. I've got a good 16-foot log right here. Just guessing right now, probably 22 inches at 16 foot. You can tell the wind is still not in our favor. Big flared stump. You can see where I basically just cut down that backside where all the dirt was, come right down to it. Once we trim this stump up, that log will look really, really good. It's a good piece of wood right there. Another really good tree. Another really good tree. This one had a little elm growing into the side of it here. That's not going to hurt anything. That's not going to be too bad for business. Got a good clean 12-footer in it. A lot of lumber above it. Good start. A lot of them on the ground. Good start to the job. Hopefully we can wrap this up in a couple days, get on to the next one, but this is going to be a fun one, guys. Will be a fun one. We'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, if you like what you see, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for all of our latest videos.